Turn right onto Belton Street, then turn right onto Wyoming Street.
Block concrete. It's amazing. It was funny, I was driving down for the Chiefs game a few weeks back, and you could tell like they were trying to do this event for tailgating. District Detroit, it's hip, it's cool. Dude, it was one like loser DJ with an iPad. And they had like these high top bar tables, so you're sitting at that red light in front of LCA. And I look over.
Turn right onto Wyoming Street.
He's DJing to a crowd of no one. A tumbleweed was going through. District Detroit.
The playoff push starts now.
Don't worry, local media will shill for us.
Mike, that really is crazy when you think about it.
You know what I would do?
I understand if it's a random,
In 1.5 miles, turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Buy the tickets and donate them to charity. Like but then again, it's almost like you're punishing the kids. Here, these tickets were provided for you to go to a game, and you're like, I don't want to watch this crap.
That's what they're gonna. I'm sure they'll give some away for this game. Maybe you can catch a T-shirt from Mr. Goris. Who knows?
Oh God, what has somebody been out of shape, David? What's the deal? Oh Jesus!
I love my city.
Oh,
Listen, Mike, I love my city. If he was talking my city, I would tell him about it. And he isn't. He's talking to team. This team belongs. I love my business. I love the word hats. I love them.
I wear hats. But bro, we got D Rose, and he's looking for a championship. BOGO opening night.
We got a superstar.
Oh, all right, okay. Let's go to the people. I promise you. People next. Every one of you. Thrown right to the phones. We got Lions, we got Wolverines, we got Spartans, we got all kinds of stuff. 97.1.
But right now, though, the internet. How about Xfinity? You need the internet. You know, you got shows to stream. If you're Roberto, you got all sorts of stuff to stream when you're at home. And you need to make sure your internet's fast and reliable. That's why you got to get Xfinity. Xfinity delivers enhanced network security, so all your connected devices are protected. Get instant alerts, you can set curfews, parental controls, and even pause your Wi-Fi at dinner time. That's life with Xfinity and Xfinity XFi. Simple, easy, and awesome. So you can get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month. That's it for 12 months with a 1-year agreement, or get 4 times the speed for just $10 more a month for 12 months. Plus, you can add enhanced network security. Just go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or stop by your local Xfinity store. This does require equal bill and auto pay. You got some time. Ends January 7th, 2020. Some restrictions do apply, but check it out. That's 1-800-XFINITY, Xfinity.com, or your local Xfinity store for the best and the fastest, and of course the most reliable internet through Xfinity.
97.1, the ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Adam, the American Divorce Association for Men. The roads are accident-free this afternoon, but dealing with some slowdowns along 696 westbound from Orchard Lake Road out to westbound 96 to Novi Road. Also heavy in pockets on 75 both directions between 8 and 14 Mile Road through the work zone. And you're seeing delays on the Southfield Freeway northbound between 4th Road and 96 Jeffries. If you're a man facing divorce or custody issues, you need the attorneys at Adam, expertly protecting men's rights for over 25 years. Call 248-356-ADAM. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Coming up Tuesday morning at 6:02. Did the Lions make us believers, or is it SOL? And 7:25, your chance to win $2,000 in the 2 Grand Slam. Jamie Festone. Mornings, 6 to 10.
I've got Steve Barry here from the Sports Plus Network. Steve, a lot of eyes here in Detroit going to be on the game tonight.
Well, Detroit going into Green Bay. Right now, Green Bay laying 4. The total's 47.
In half a mile, turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Desert, Green Bay coming in at 4-1. Guys, give us a call tonight. We'll tell you what the winning move is and why. That's the most important part. It's a no-lose situation. It's 1-888-895-6555. If you called on Thursday night, like I told everybody to do, We gave out the over 42 in the New York-New England game. Final score 35-14. Guys, make the call 1-888-895-6555. Whether you're coming off a great week like us or not, we have the answer. 1-888-895-6555.
That's the Sports Plus Network, 888-895-6555, 888-895-6555.
Morning, Dave. Morning.
Is that your phone?
Yeah, I have an alert for when something big happens in the world of hash browns.
Really?
Yeah. It says here, Tim Hortons hash browns are now just 50 cents.
50 cents? Oh, I'm getting
Turn left onto Grand River Avenue.
Good idea.
Hash brown, hash brown, hash
That's a backup alarm, just in case.
smart.
Alert! Crispy golden hash browns are now just 50 cents at Tim Hortons. For a limited time at participating Tim Hortons restaurants.
Some things in life you can just rely on, like the perfect fit of your favorite pair of jeans, the nap-inducing powers of your trusty recliner, and the tried and true performance of
In 1.1 miles, turn right onto Schaefer Highway.
reliability built into everything we do. Rely on Rude.
Right now, when you purchase a Rude high-efficiency system from your local Rude dealer, you'll receive a free media air cleaner. For a dealer near you, visit MichiganRudeDealers.com. Rely on Rude.
So are you the type of guy that wants to look put together, but doesn't want to spend hours shopping?
I hear you.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Schaefer Highway.
Styling service that delivers hand-picked clothes right to you. Stitch Fix is simple and convenient. Sign up in just a few minutes. Try new styles in the comfort of your own home, and there's no subscription required ever. So, isn't it time to refresh your look? Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, personal styling for everybody.
This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
24-month leases, 10,500 miles a year. No security deposit. Total due assignment 2019 Ford F-150, 2000-48, 2019 Ford Escape, 2004-36. Easy plan for returning F-150 and Escape lessees. Escape includes Ford factory select inventory cash plus tax, title, license, and dock. With approved financing through Ford credit ends under 3 years.
Brian Godfrey, new vehicles are on their way to Pat Milliken Ford, and you need to make room for the inventory.
That's right. With new model year vehicles arriving every day, that means we have exceptional savings on remaining 2019 models.
You'll save when you lease a new 2019 Ford Escape SE 4-wheel drive from just $159 a month. Or lease a new 2019 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT 4x4 for only $149 a month. All from the dealership that's earned Ford's President's Award for Customer Satisfaction 21 years in a row, 1998 through 2018.
Plus, we're also a 2018 Ford Trip Crown Award recipient.
Celebrate 60 years of savings, service, and customer satisfaction at Pat Milliken Ford on Holly Brown Road and PatMillikenFord.com.
Pat Milliken Ford, 60 years of the experience you deserve.
Sports news all day, every day. This is
Turn right onto Schaefer Highway.
Week 6 of the NFL season officially coming to a close tonight. Monday Night Football have the Lions in Green Bay to take on the Packers in a big NFC North showdown. They'll kick things off at 8:15 on the baseball playoffs. Also continuing tonight, Game 3 of the NLCS from Washington. Nationals in 2 games.
In 6.6 miles, arrive at Coolidge Highway.
Game time for Michigan's October 26 match has been revealed. They'll play Notre Dame underneath the lights from the Big House at 7:30. Michigan State and Penn State kicking at 3:30 that same day. MSU wideout Weston Bridges also become the latest Spartan to enter the transfer portal. I'm Ryan Woolley. More at 5 or at 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
this hour's ticket signing bonus keyword, brought to you by Big B Coffee, is CAP. Text CAP to 72881 for your chance at $1,000.
Starting route to Coolidge Highway. Head north on Schaefer Highway.
John's in Lincoln Park. We see what's on his mind. Johnny, how are you, bud?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
I'm good. What can we do for you?
Well, first of all, you must be one of the nicest people ever, because saying us poor bastard Lions fans don't have an illness.
Well,
Nice of you.
it's not an illness. It's just it's a condition.
In 6.4 miles, arrive at Coolidge Highway.
But yeah, tonight's a deciding game for them. If they don't lay one on Green Bay, I'm not buying it.
Oh, I think it's all in or all out tonight. If they win, I think they become the story along with the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC about announcing themselves a little bit and being an NFC North contender. And if they don't, I think they're posers. I think it's an all or nothing deal.
Every year, it's the same thing because they're starting the season instead of ending the season. They're just confusing. It's the same crap
has to do with every damn year and the bad calls and all this other crap that people whine about. I'm just not buying it. I don't think they're that good. They lay one down on Green Bay tonight, then we'll talk about it.
I'm with you. Because, again, coming out of the weekend, and some people go, well, that's not fair. It's like, well, no, it kind of is.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
You know, I'm saying, listen, you got to understand, John. You got a lot of Lions fans that are silly. But let's look at, what is their best win right now? It's a loss to Kansas City. A Kansas City team that, frankly, is not that special. It's pretty clear. You lose back-to-back home games, you get beat up pretty good doing it.
Starting route to Coolidge Highway.
The Lions gave the game away? Yeah, I don't know if Chiefs that good. If you're going to question whether the Cowboys are that good right now, then you got to question the Chiefs. So the Chiefs, not great. I told you the Chargers sucked the week you played, and you barely beat them. You needed a lot of help there. And the Eagles, I mean, it speaks for itself. I don't think they're going to get healthy this year. They're just not. And Minnesota, who you don't think much of, dropped a bomb on them. You need to win tonight. A win tonight makes people believe. You got to go and get it tonight. Let's go to Jimmy, 97.1. Jimmy, what's the word, pal? I'm good. What's up?
Got a few things for you. I think we're going to be standing outside the bar mad about that Lions game, like you're saying. I think all the reasons you said are why we're going to lose. And then my big thing was, will D'Antonio, you think, just walk away, or we're going to have to fire him?
Well, they're not going to fire him because we have an athletic director who probably has to ask permission to use the bathroom, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think if Mark has any class, any dignity, or any respect for what he's built, he will walk away. Because I don't see him committing to another 4 or 5 years, and that's probably what it's going to take to build this thing back. So, walk away. Let's move on. Now, what will he do? I have no idea, Jimmy.
Who knows?
I mean,
one thing, I'll keep it short.
Sure.
What? And I could be wrong about this. If you look back, I don't think we got any recruits today off going to the playoff game. And like you were talking about how our teams were never sexy. You got to do sexy things to win. I don't think we ever really got any recruits from all the sexy stuff we did.
We did. I'll tell you what happened. All right. After Alabama kind of opened their eyes, they decided they were going to try to get some big-time players. And they got some. That 2016 class was good. Now, some of the kids got in trouble. Some of them ended up being, guilty or not, or transferred or not, or whatever. Mark recoiled. They decided, this isn't for us. We don't need to recruit these big egos and these big-time players in number. We're going to get our guys. We found Jack Conklin. We'll do it again. We found Darqueze Dennard and Le'Veon Bell, and we're going to do it our way. And the results are this. Because the truth of the matter is, the way that they built the program was probably never sustainable. They were hitting on too many of those guys. Because for every Le'Veon Bell, there was an Edwin Rock Baker or a Larry Caton. Really good football players. And for every Keyshawn Martin, there was an Aaron Burbridge. And for every Jack Conklin, you see where I'm going with this. You found Darqueze Dennard. You also got William freaking Golston. You also got Lawrence Thomas. I'm naming big-time recruits. So I just think that the 2016 thing scared them, and they recoiled. And now you're seeing the fruits of it, which is a roster that looks a lot closer to being 6-6 than anything else. And it's just, unless Mark commits to being here for several more years, and unless the university commits to spending a lot of money and getting younger and hiring aggressive, young, offensive-minded staff who are going to recruit, which is never going to happen, it's time to go. No big deal. Put a statue up. We'll have D'Antonio Day. We'll put your name in the Ring of Honor against Michigan 2 years from now. What are we talking about here? Move along. This guy doesn't pay my mortgage. He's a football coach. Let's not get too attached. I'm not burying my mother. It was a rather grim statement there. I'm just making a point. Fans act like this guy is your dad. He coaches a kid's game and has gotten incredibly wealthy doing it. Thanks for the memories. Love you. I mean, I love the Godfather movie. I'm not going to go to Scorsese's funeral. What are we doing here? I mean, but you get my point. People with this stuff. Like, oh, you have to stand by your man. It's like, no.
It's because people love nostalgia. They love looking back, and they're also afraid of the unknown.
I remember Muddy Waters. Let's go to John, 97.1. Johnny, what's on your mind, pal?
Hey, Mike. First-time caller, long-time listener. I made the trip to Madison, which, before I get into what I want to go with, that's why I called. Madison was top-notch.
It's amazing.
Bar scene, incredible. The jump around, oh my goodness, seeing that in person, wow. That was really cool.
There was more energy in the jump around than anything MSU did on the field.
Even our players were jumping around the sideline. Like, what are you doing?
Well, Lewerke had spare time. They bleep canned him and put him on the sidelines for the Blonde Bomber.
And that's what I get into now. Like, my wife and I spent a chunk of money to go to this game. We always wanted to go to Camp Randall. Don't regret it. But with that said, what I saw on Saturday afternoon, I saw a team that just, I think, frankly, this is a hot take, but I think they quit.
No, they quit. They quit. You can say it, because when Brian Lewerke comes out in the postgame and says, we got to make sure guys stay together, you're already telling me that there's some quit leakage in there.
Exactly. And when I hear Joe Bocci saying this is like exercising great time for a bye week, yeah, he's not interested anymore. Don't tell me that.
I honestly think you have breakdowns in trust between position groups on the same side of the ball. I think you have a breakdown in trust clearly between the two sides of the ball. And overall, like offensively, I don't know how any player or player's parent could have any confidence or faith in the people that are coaching their children, their young men who they've sent here, that offensively they're getting the best out of their college careers. You can't.
No, and you made a good point about like being scared for players' lives. Like when you faced Alabama a few years ago, I was kind of scared for players' lives against Wisconsin. They were getting tossed around the field.
It was like when Roberto gets a little loaded up and heads to the gentleman's club. It was hitting with a yarn ball. It was embarrassing.
I just a quick thank you and a quick comment, and I'll hang up. I want to thank you because my wife and I did not renew our season tickets this year. We were tired of throwing our money away. Garbage product.
Smart man. Listen, and John, I know I'll get vilified for saying this, but it's a wake-up call. I really think people who are donating to Michigan State football really need to look in the mirror and ask themselves, A, why am I doing this? And B, am I getting anything back on my money? Because, look, if you're doing it because you love the student athlete and that's how you feel good in life, it's like donating to a soup kitchen. That's what makes you feel good. Fine, do it. But if you're donating to MSU football because you think you're helping them win, what are you getting out of it?
You're not.
I'll tell you what, come to my house, I'll kick you in the balls and take the check out of your hand and shut the door in your face. That's pretty much what's happening at Michigan State right now.
Pretty much what it's felt like the last 3 years.
That's what I mean, Johnny. Johnny, take the money and go enjoy your life with your wife. You're doing it the right way. I don't know what people are doing. I can't imagine being a big donor right now. How far in the clouds does your head have to be to cut an annual check to Michigan State University, noted for football, for $25 grand a year, for $50 grand a year? Your head's got to be so far up your own ass, you don't even know what day it is. For them to call you and go, thanks for your donation, give me more. And you're like, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. I love that new video. Signed 2014.
I wonder if they give the donors the free pretzels, too.
No, they get a phone call player from the third string tight end thanking them for their donation. Like, oh my God, I got a call from Bob Smitherman.
I wonder how much you'd have to donate to get D'Antonio to call you personally.
I don't know. Ask Scandalaris or Secchi. I'm sure that happens.
If you cut a check for $25 grand, the head coach, I think the head coach would call you. Did you think so? It'd be nice.
I think you should be able to call him at this point.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
I demand this money goes towards a new OC.
Please. All right, 248-539-9797. Big Power's at it again, leaving people in the dark. Imagine if you're powering out during the Monday night game tonight. How pissed would you be? So why do you continue leaning on the power company? Go solar, own your power with Power Home Solar. #1 residential solar provider in Michigan, one of the top solar installation companies in the nation. Power Home installs American-made panels 30-year warranty, so you own your power. You don't just rent it. Guys, they're an official partner of the Lions. They're building a movement towards cleaner, greener energy. You want to see if solar's right for you in your home? Go to powerhome.com. That's powerhome.com, or you give them a call today, 1-800-SOLAR-15. That's 1-800-SOLAR-15. You schedule your free solar consultation today. Don't rent your power, own it. With help from Power Home Solar.
Time for another Action Network Flash. Green Bay hosts Detroit tonight, and the home team is a 3.5-point favorite after it was bet down for -6. Over 70% of the money is on Matt LaFleur's team. For all the betting info, download the free Action Network app today.
This is Jim Rome of the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Dickey's Barbecue. Dickey's Barbecue Pit delivers the Q to you. Head to Dickeys.com or use their app. The Yankees absolutely took it to the Astros in Game 1. No, correction. Gleyber Torres absolutely took it to the Astros in Game 1. And the Yankees were powered to a 7-0 win on Saturday night. That meant the Astros were in a must-win game last night. I mean, they could lose Game 2 and fall behind 2-0 with the series headed back to New York. But then you have to beat a team that will never beat itself 4 out of 5 games. Not something I would recommend. And last night, Carlos Correa took matters into his own hands. His teammates say he called his shot. Correa jumped ship and didn't just win the game in the 11th, he changed the entire series. Instead of being down 2-0, they're tied up at a game apiece with Garrett Cole on the mound. And if Cole is on the bump and Correa is getting to a rhythm at the plate, look out. I'm Jim Rome.
Whether you're feeding a few or the whole crew, Dickey's Barbecue Pit keeps everyone satisfied. Dickey's packs are freshly prepared with plenty of quality meats and wholesome sides. Go big with the tailgate pack, featuring 2 pounds each of Texas brisket and pulled pork. Or mix it up with our fall-off-the-bone ribs and our new pit smoked wings in any of our 8 new sauces. Best of all, we can deliver the Q to you, where you want it, when you want it. Visit Dickeys.com or use our app. Legit Texas Barbecue.
Do you have frequent heartburn? Like the kind of heartburn where you stash antacids everywhere? You feel like you gotta have those chalky tablets just in case heartburn strikes. If that's you, you do know that there's an easier way to deal with heartburn, right? Prilosec OTC. Just 1 pill a day will last a full 24 hours with 0 heartburn. With Prilosec OTC, you can actually simply not get heartburn in the first place. No more stashing antacids. Try Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Your favorite brands cost less when you stock up at the Buy 5 Save 5 event at Meijer. Now through Saturday, buy 5 and save $5 instantly when you mix or match select family favorites like Coca-Cola 12 packs are $3.49 plus deposit. Hershey's or Mars snack size candy bags are only $2.79. Meijer Ultra paper towel bake rolls are just $5.49, and so much more. Save big when you buy 5 and save $5 instantly at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See the deals in the Meijer app.
Do you have an extra car in your driveway that you're no longer using? Let Mother Waddles put it to good use. When you donate your car to Mother Waddles, you're helping to change a life. Just think, your generous car donation will help someone get a job, or further their educational goals, or help a needy person get back and forth to their doctor. Your old car still has value. So do your part and help Mother Waddles to help others by donating your car to Mother Waddles today. And remember, Mother Waddles is Michigan's largest and most trusted car donation program. Plus, we take any car, running or non-running. So provide hope and change a life today. Call Mother Waddles at 313-WADDLES or simply donate your car online at motherwaddles.org. That number again to donate your car for a tax deduction and help someone in need is 313-WADDLES. That's 313-WADDLES.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
All right, we get to the people momentarily, but first, Sully's cocked and loaded pick of the day.
It's 4:45. Not getting any action at home? Has Sully laid it down for you?
Bangkok 96.
It's Mike Sullivan's cocked and loaded pick of the day.
I'd love to get that poll, for sure. And we're back, by the way. That big win on Oregon. you. It's going to be a win-win because if the Lions win, I'm going to be happy that we actually have a contender. But if they lose, hey, I'm going to bet my cocked and loaded pick on Green Bay. If this number was higher, I would take Detroit. But I've said this. I basically said this before the line even came out. I said this is a 24-20 type game. So I'm going to stick with that. Spread right now is 3.5, which means Packers are going to cover that. I think the Lions certainly stay in this game and are very competitive. But I'm going to lay 2 units on Green Bay, unfortunately, to cover tonight. By the way, Packers 25-3 at home against the Lions since 1992. So give me Green Bay, win-win. Lions win, I'm happy. They lose, at least I made a couple units.
All right. Let's get to the people. We'll reset the deck because I think it's a show or go game, and I think the San Francisco 49ers are kind of what you're aspiring to be, a team that is commanding respect for the way they play on the field. No close calls, no, oh my God. Look, Frisco went to LA, and I'll talk about this at the top of the hour. They don't leave any doubt. They body bag the Rams. They body bag the Browns. That's what real contenders do. That's what you don't do. You're the team who needs 9 drops to win. You're the team who needs multiple fumbles to win. You're the team who never can just go out and do it on your own accord because you're always a pretender. Tonight's an opportunity to show everybody you're for real. Go to Lambeau, play really well, and it doesn't matter what the Pack did because you played well. Tonight's an exciting opportunity. And if they win, everything's on the table. The division, talk about home field, talk about a home playoff game. You do whatever you want. But the fact of the matter is your best win this year is a loss to Kansas City. And it's a KC team that ain't special. Let's go to Paul, Chesterfield, 97.1. Paulie, what's going on, bub?
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Talk to me.
Nothing, man. I love this team, but I'm also a realist. I don't wear the Honolulu blue and silver colored glasses like most of my friends do. I totally expect them to lose tonight. I just don't see how there's any possible way that they win. But
why?
If they go,
why though? Why do you feel that way?
Mike, I just don't see it. I mean, I just think that Aaron Rodgers is on a revenge tour, like you said. I just think he's going to torch him.
But understand something. Listen, Aaron Rodgers is not playing.
Yellow.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, there was a John UFC last week in Mason Village on San Diego Street where it had the stones and like the stone walkway where we're going to put gravel. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
Was the plan that we're removing his stepping stones that he has there, or we were just lining the signs?
We were going to pull up the stepping stones, level the whole thing out, and then put the stepping stones on top of the gravel.
Okay, right on. That works.
Okay.
Cool. All right, thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Each other and go, well, are we good? Are we not? Is it because the other team tripped over their ding-ding or what?
Mike, I mean, it's just my lifetime of being a Lions fan
I know.
forced me to think this way, man, and I hate it. I'm so sick and tired of thinking this way. Now, let me say something. If they go out and they win tonight, that's mammoth. And you set up, and this is really sad to say, but you set up one of the biggest games in Ford Field history next week. That really says a lot about the past success that this team has. If you could talk about them being a contender, and you could truly say, you know what, we can win this division. And then, God forbid, you beat Minnesota and get the 4-1-1, and you're 2-0 against 2 divisional.
Starting route to Lone Pine Road. In 1.6 miles, turn right onto Woodward Avenue.
Quarterback blows. He's hurt. The backup stinks. They just lost Kyle Long for the 5th straight year. I'm telling you, I told you since the beginning of the year, I thought the Pack would win the division, and I guaranteed the Bears wouldn't. Now, so far, so good. Now, how good Minnesota is and how good you are, the book's being written. That's a big answer by Minnesota after it looked like that was coming apart at the seams. They bombed the Eagles.
Yeah, they did. And you know what, Mike? All I want is to host the damn playoff game this year. Why is that so much to ask? Why is it so much to ask to win the division and host the playoff game?
It's not. But that's why I won't let the Lions off the hook, Paul. That's why I don't come on the air like other people do and go, oh my God, you're so good. You beat the Eagles. You're good. You're really good. No, you're not. The Eagles gave that game away. You didn't win it. You simply were the benefactor of the other guy self-destructing. But a win's a win. No, wins aren't wins. That's why you don't win anything. That's why you don't host playoff games. That's why you don't win playoff games. Wins are not wins. Eventually, you got to be impressive. Eventually, you got to stand on your own 2 feet and do something. The Niners went to LA against a desperate Rams team. And the Niners went in without their starting left tackle and without their starting right tackle and without Kyle Juszczyk, and they body bagged the Rams in their own house. Body bagged them. That's what good teams do. That's what you never do. So do it.
How about play 4 quarters of football?
Right.
If you get up and you get a lead, don't take the foot off the gas. I'd love to see some sort of 31-14, 31-17 game time where you just start to finish. There's no doubt the Lions are the better team. Start to finish, they go out
8, maybe
and
10,
just
12
win.
inches.
And don't have anything.
Lane closure heading 1 mile. The right lane is closed. You're still on the fastest route.
Talk about next though is if you do that, we become the story. It becomes the Lions and Niners, and it becomes the division and a home playoff game, and it's real. I don't want to talk about the wild card anymore. I don't want to go to Seattle or New Orleans and get our heads kicked in. I want to be able to talk to the listener and be like, guys, you can actually do something real. I'm so sick of the mediocrity. And even more, I hate. It's not a strong dislike, and I know my grandmother would really not appreciate me saying hate, but I hate the fan who wants to celebrate mediocrity. It's such a loser's mentality. It's like what Spartan fans do. Oh, but I'm afraid. What happens if we go back to what? Doing what we're doing right now? Oh, but it's a bowl game. Huh? Who cares? There's 80 of them. I want the Lions to win something. Next, 97.1.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Expert Heating and Cooling, 91st found at Jackson Avenue in Ann Arbor. The left lane is blocked by an accident.
In half a mile, turn right onto Woodward Avenue.
After 8 Mile, right shoulder affected by a crash on 696 westbound after Orchard Lake Road, as well as an accident reported Southfield Freeway northbound near Grand River Finkel.
I'm Hot Mark, owner of Expert Heating and Cooling. I know, and you know, what I've been dreaming of. Come on, choose a new high-efficiency furnace from Expert Heating and Cooling. We have the best quality and lowest price, period.
I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
I'm Hot Mark, owner of Expert Heating and Cooling.
Lane closure heading 2.7 miles. The right lane is closed. You're still on the fastest route.
Heating and Cooling. We have the best quality and lowest price, period.
At Twin Peaks, we believe nothing pairs.
Turn right onto Woodward Avenue, then make a U-turn.
Cold 29-degree draft beer, served by the best-in-class Twin Peaks girls. Pair a signature Twin Peaks brew in a man-sized mug with the Carolina pulled pork sandwich for our version of a dream team. Or give the sweet and smoky ribs a shot. Whatever you choose, you're in for a meal worth cheering for. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Are you thinking about selling your home, but worried you missed the hot summer market? Hi, this is Mark Z with eXp, and you could not have picked a better time of the year than right now to sell your home. While most sellers have given up, my clients are getting multiple offers. I'm not bragging, I'm applying for the job. Call me, Mark Z, at 844-SOLD-BY-Z and start packing.
Never before in all humankind has there been more moments of true, what's the word I'm looking for?
Genius?
Yes, genius. Like the invention of computers.
Genius.
And the internet.
Genius.
Right. And now the high-yield yield checking account at Genesis Credit Union.
Genius?
Yes, genius. In fact, that's why we call it Genesis Genius High Yield Checking. With just 10 debit transactions a month and e-statements, you can earn an unheard of 4.06% APY on up to a $7,500 balance.
More genius.
Right. Plus, earn reward points good for travel, gift cards, and more. You can't get that anywhere else.
Also genius.
Now, Genesis Genius High Yield Checking won't make you an actual genius, but with 4.06% APY and all those rewards?
Wow.
Absolutely. So for better rates, fewer fees, and more service than most banks, switch to Genesis. 28 locations, 30,000 ATMs. Connect online at genesiscu.org. Genesis Credit Union.
Sheer genius.
Federally insured by the NCUA. Annual percentage yield paid on an average daily basis of up to $7,500.
Jets is Detroit-style pizza, baked to the thickest crunch in steel pans inspired by the Motor City. Want Detroit-style proof? Get their large, perfectly paired pepperoni pizza, bold and traditional, just $12.99. Jets, better because it has to be.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike and Pearl.
Make a U-turn.
For affordable life insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
Parents, do you want to save your child's life? 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check can help. Make the time to have your child checked. Contact the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak.
In 4.3 miles, turn left onto Lone Pine Road.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by SoldByMarkZ.com. Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh speaking today said that as the team gets set to begin their toughest part of their schedule, they're locked in with a laser-like focus for Saturday's showdown with Penn State, and also talked about what it means to have all their goals still in front of them.
This is the most important game, the next game, and that's that one game at a time approach is the way we're looking at it, and we certainly have that opportunity this week. We want to prepare for it, but there's an excitement to it. There's a bounce in the step of everybody on our team. Felt we accomplished what we wanted to this past week, which was win the game and improve as a football team. And now onward.
This dude is nuts. And this keeps talking. Michigan's also announced their October 26th matchup with Notre Dame will now be a night game. Will kick off in the Big House at 7:30. Michigan-Penn State will be at 3:30 that same day.
Hey now.
Now it's a first-place showdown tonight in Green Bay. Lions and Packers scoring off on Monday Night Football from Lambeau Field. And Lions right out. Kenny Galladay, that's right, says the bye week came at the perfect time because of this game.
I mean, just from a body standpoint, it really couldn't have came at a better time, you know. Our first division game, Monday night. We got time to rest, heal up a little bit. It's perfect.
Detroit's won the last 4 in a row against the Pack. Last loss was back in 2016. They'll kick it off at 8:15. And the National League Championship Series continuing tonight from Washington. Cardinals trying to get back into the series. They're down 2-0. First pitch in that one's at 7:38. On the Ticket update next. I'm Ryan Woolley for more. Go to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
For the rest of us. This is childhood right here. This is Frank Gifford. The New York Giants. Phil Simms. The San Francisco 49ers and Joe Montana. Monday Night Football. On a windy night. Yeah. Right. Little Mikey got allowed to stay up for the first half. Then I went to bed, but my dad would make sure the TV was on loud enough I could hear it. That's Monday Night Football. I'm excited for tonight. It's an opportunity for this football team to prove that they're not the shameless posers they normally are. And you saw what exactly it looks like that I want. I want you to do what the Niners are doing. Unequivocally proving you're good. Go out and butcher somebody. Go out and beat people in spots you're not supposed to beat them. Take care of it. And don't need 9 drop passes. Don't need fumbled kickoffs. Don't need nonsense or a team to be missing 17 starters. Just go out and beat somebody so bad, it leaves Roberto nodding at his TV in a Tito's vodka haze. These guys aren't bad. That's what I need. And I think that's what you should want. So tonight's the opportunity. Let's do it. I got to be honest, I wish there was a way we could integrate that music more in the show. It's so good.
When people call in, if they want their phone call to be to backtrack, that's more than acceptable.
I remember, oh man, there is a clip from Monday Night Football. Oh my God. There is a clip. Pull this up. Pull up Mark Bavaro against the 49ers on Monday Night Football. He drags 7 49ers about 20 yards.
Yeah, the first clip that comes up, carrying the 49ers defense.
Just pull that up.
Yeah.
And it's a combination of John Rambo and an elite tight end. A man named Mark Bavaro playing for New Jersey's team, the G-Men, dragging the 49ers.
Another 20 yards after initial contact.
That's man ball. That's what Big Thick Hawk needs to do tonight.
Oh, he's going to have a good game.
Big Hawk needs to get out there. Doesn't matter how many people put their hands on Big Thick Hawk. He needs to drag him down the field. He needs to carry. Drag him. That's right.
Need a big game.
I need Hawkinson to be alive. Where is he? Get out there tonight.
There's an article earlier saying he's going to have a breakout game tonight or something.
I hope so. That Arizona game got everybody's nether regions tingling a little bit, and then it's been kind of empty, to be quite honest. Tight end's a tough gig for a rookie, though. You got to have it. Hawkinson's the man. Let's get this done. I mean, the Pack notoriously don't cover the tight end very well. I would like to see. Probably went a little overzealous there. My bad. All right. Hawkinson, he's a quality individual. All right, let's go. Alex, Royal Oak, let's party. What's on your mind?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
I'm super.
All right, I'm going to talk a little Lions as my thoughts on MSU football are not appropriate for the radio. So, really, what I'd like to see this week is obviously a must-win, but specifically, I want to see how this run defense handles Aaron Jones, knowing that the Pack is going to be running the ball. You got Devontae Adams out, and you know it's coming. You saw it happen against Dallas. And specifically, I would like to see David have a breakout game. It's been a little bit quiet these last few games, and we need to see something from Stack. And then also, from a coaching perspective, if we find ourselves with the lead going into the second half, I need to see aggression. Now, we touched on it a little bit, but there's been so many times where we are playing with a lead and we are playing conservative, eating up clock. And it's just, especially with the Pack and Aaron Rodgers, there's always that chance.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Lone Pine Road.
Miles, and we can't handle that this week.
No, and look, Alex, I think what's really interesting, too, when you bring up Snacks, you know, without Deshaun Hand, all right, Sean banged up or Mike Daniels, but Snacks is here. He's playing, and the one skill he brings to the table is a double team doesn't move him. He may not move the line of scrimmage, but he won't be driven back. And it takes 2 people to do it. Well, now, Alex, I have never seen Snacks play like this. Not as a Giant, not as a Jet, not as a Lion. He has had arguably the worst 4-game stretch in his career. He needs to be the guy that was here. He needs to be the guy that you paid.
Yeah, absolutely. And we keep up the half of the game now because if we can't contain this run defense, this run offense, we are in for really awakening when Minnesota comes knocking.
Yeah, if you're going to be 26th against the run and allow 4.8 a carry, you just don't even show up against Minnesota if you don't plan on being better than that.
No, because we've seen some nice things from the Green Bay running, but I mean, it's a different breed. They have a bang.
Turn left onto Lone Pine Road.
You know the run is coming, and you can stop it if you're prepared.
Yeah.
You know they're going to run, and they're going to smash it down your throat no matter what you do.
Yeah. No, hey, listen. Cook might be the best running back not named Christian McCaffrey in the league. Dalvin Cook, man, the knock on him's never been ability. I remember a radio show featuring a man named Hatchet and a terrible bearded radio host named Mike. We were begging the Lions to take Dalvin Cook. You took Jared Davis. Just saying. I've loved this kid since Florida State. Now, carry-on's not a bad bonus prize, but the knock on Cook's never been ability. It's been health. He's missed half his games. But if he stays healthy this year, yeah, I tell you, that's a game changer for Minnesota. And Madison, the kid they drafted, backing him up. Madison is a very nice complimentary player. That's a nice tandem in Minnesota. You're not dealing with Jerick McKinnon and Latavius, 3.9 yards of carry, Murray, and the rest. This is a real tandem. And I like the center they drafted, Bradbury. He's playing a big role for them as
In
well.
4.7 miles, turn right onto Inkster Road.
But they're putting it together, and if Kirk Cousins is going to show the courage to cut it loose and go down the field like he has the last 2 weeks, it changes everything you think about Minnesota. The problem is, in a big spot, Kirk gets tight and doesn't cut it loose. Yeah, it's great. You're playing against the Eagles, whose secondary blows and half their starters are out. Wow, real brave cutting it loose. Let me see what you do on the road in Detroit if the Lions secondary is here. Obviously, you hope you don't lose anybody tonight. Let's go over to Mick, 97.1. What's up, Mick?
Yeah, hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Good.
Hey, I just wanted to bring up a point. I think the Lions need to learn how to win. I just think the lack of continuity in the past 10 years has lent itself to the fact that this team doesn't have an identity, and I think they may be growing into it, but with that being said, I think that's the real challenge here is do you know how to win? Can you be pretenders, or are you going to be contenders?
And wins in a game like tonight is what separates. Truly.
Right, exactly. Are you really ready to step up on the big stage and show what you have, or do you choke?
Well, and ultimately, if they lose, I don't want to hear it from Lion fan spinning it that somehow we're being too hard on them. Like, this is the separator. Do the math on this. A win against Green Bay, they fall to 4-2. You're at 3-2-1. Okay? Or excuse me, 3-1-1. This is a good thing. If you want to win this division, it's imperative to get this over Green Bay because Green Bay right now looks to be headed to 11 wins. Why is that important? You'd have to match it. 11-4-1 beats 11-5. Well, to get to 11-4-1, if you lose tonight, you got to go 9-2 the rest of the way. Now, I don't care how good you are. You could be the Saints. I won't predict them to win 9 of 11. You could be the Niners, unbeaten. I wouldn't predict you to win 9 of 11. You can't lose tonight if you want to win this division. If you win, you knock the door down and you're in the mix. I just think it's that simple. I know some of you will disagree and you'll try to build a case for this team, but I don't think they deserve a case to be made.
And if the Packers win, my God, what a commanding lead on the whole division that they have.
Swept the first half of the divisional card. It's crazy. When the IRS tells you owe money, they mean business. They are going to harass you until they get what they want. If you're part of the growing number of Americans, you got trouble paying your taxes, getting out IRS debt, call Abraham and Rose, the tax lawyers. Jerry and Marie's local guys, been in business for years. They're going to work with the IRS because they know exactly what they're up to save you money. They'll work with you on a plan, keep you out of trouble, get the IRS over. CPAs are lovely. I know what you're thinking. I'll call my CPA. They can't help you. You need tax experts. You need tax lawyers. You need, in a word, Abraham and Rose. 248-539-5040. That's 248-539-5040. Or simply go online to abrahamandrose.com. That's abrahamandrose.com.
time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip. It's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Is your business still settling for slow internet? Well, time is money. Switch to Comcast Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, installation when it works for you, and 24/7 customer support. It's time to take your business beyond. Right now, get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and autopay. Plus, we offer solutions like powerful Wi-Fi that thinks about what customers want, and automatic internet backup that can keep your business running. So what are you waiting for? Get the internet your business really needs. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and autopay. Offerings 11/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited up to 8 hours.
Rinaldi Sausage has been making Michigan's best pressed sausage products for almost 40 years. Right off the grill or out of your kitchen. No nitrates, no glutens, no MSG. Locally made, always fresh, never frozen. Check out RinaldiSausage.com for locations along with excellent recipes, tips, and ideas. Make any day a Rinaldi Sausage Day. Rinaldi Sausage, your link to good food and good times.
Know where you can find all your favorite Skechers shoes in one place? Skechers.com. Because at Skechers.com, we have miles and miles of styles of the most comfortable shoes on the planet. We have boys and girls shoes that sparkle and light up. Skechers.com has work shoes, slip-ons, sports shoes, casual shoes, canvas shoes, go walk, go run. The styles are endless. And on Skechers.com, you can find all the fits you need. Plus, so many shoes with Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam. So find all the styles, all the fits, and all the comfort. Only at Skechers.com.
I've been around a long time, seeing a lot of gadgets show up that are supposed to make my job easier. Digital screwdrivers, Hammer 2.0, the new improved nail, now with more pointiness. You know what really makes my job easier? Grainger. Easy reordering, easy inventory solutions, and easy to do business with every time. Gadgets come and go. You want reliability. You want Grainger. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger. For the ones who get it done.
See Andy Kramer live at Art Van Furniture in Warren as part of their big 60th anniversary bash October 24th. Tickets are $75 and also include drinks, hors d'oeuvres, and desserts benefiting Children's Miracle Network. Buy yours today at 971theticket.com/Andy Kramer.
Got something to say? Text 971 the ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Cadillac Buick GMC of Highland. Home of the family deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com. The Detroit Red Wings play the Vancouver Canucks. Pre-game tomorrow night at 9:40 on 97.1 The Ticket.
It's going to be an intense show down at LCA. Got an advanced preview. Bogey and Wojo having some technical problems down there. I'm excited to listen to it.
The story of an everyday guy.
Dude, I'm gonna have to hold this mic up the whole show.
A peaceful man who's running out of patience.
We don't have a call screener. We have a microphone that doesn't work on one of the headsets.
Who refused to take it one more day.
It's like, what the are we doing?
Hey now.
Yeah, love this for a 35-minute show. Dude, I'm gonna have to hold this mic up the whole show. We don't have a call screener. We have a microphone that doesn't work on one of the headsets.
Oh my. Bogey sounded like me during the Wisconsin game. Let's go back to the people. So exciting, Anthony's on a cell. Anthony, what flavor of the ice cream are you choosing today?
Well, Mike, I actually live in Madison, and I got to watch the calamity that was Saturday firsthand, which was cold and frankly miserable. And I mean, I love D'Antonio. I really do. I've been a devoted MSU fan since I went to school there. I love the guy, and he took the program to great heights. Going to a Rose Bowl, awesome. Going to the playoffs, awesome. But he didn't change with the game. He didn't bring in new staff when he was supposed to. He didn't recruit at a high level and keep the culture at a point where recruits wanted to stay. And now look what's happening. 3 guys entered the transfer portal on the offensive side. You think D'Antonio's going to keep getting recruits? No way.
No, and again, you know, for next year, they only have 3 offensive players in the hopper. I mean, they don't identify good linemen. They haven't restocked the shelves. They don't have a quarterback in waiting. I mean, anyone who thinks MSU is going to be something special next year, they're Kool-Aid drinkers. They're insane.
The defense is, you know, okay this year. It's got a lot of playmakers that, you know, could be NFL talent. A lot of those guys are going to be gone. And
well, the other problem is, these players, you're starting to see the after effects, Anthony, of what it's like to go years without an offense. The defensive players end up wanting to play hero ball because they know if I don't make a play, if I don't house it, if I don't get this strip or a 5-yard loss, we're going to lose the game. And I think you're seeing an erosion in even the assignment sound, technique sound football that MSU plays defensively, because all these defensive players, they've never been able to play with a lead. They've never been able to have an offense help them. And I think you're seeing it now where they're starting to get a little loose on the defensive end because they know, I got to be Superman. This offense blows.
And when they do have a lead, you know, you got one guy going for the tackle, the other guy going for the ball strip, great. But if you're trying to do that to J.K. Dobbins and you're not already trying to tackle him, I got news, buddy. You're not getting the ball out. Yeah. You're not.
No, it's funny when you look at next year. I mean, you're going to have no Raekwon, no Panasiuk, no Bocce. You know, you might lose Josiah. Spartan fans are in the clouds if they think that the reserves. We're not restocking the shelves. We're getting worse.
And you touched on it earlier, too. A lot of it comes down to the offensive line. You know, if you look at what the team...
In 1 mile, turn right onto Inkster Road.
You know, respectable pro-style offenses had in common. They had Jack Allen and Jack Conklin on the line. Yeah. That's the difference. And they were able to push through to the point where Jeremy Langford could pop a touchdown late in the game as nail in the coffin. They don't have that pushing.
No, and I've said it for years. I don't understand where the MSU staff is recruiting junior college linemen. They dip their toe in the water every now and again, and they went out and got Fofanotti. And they tried to get Garrett Bowles, the kid who's now an NFL disaster with the Broncos, but he was a first-round pick out of Utah. Occasionally they dip their toes, so don't tell me you're not willing. How Mark D'Antonio, looking at this offensive line in 16, 17, 18, and what he had coming into this season, you mean to tell me you pinned your hopes on Cole Chewins, who's never been healthy, and A.J.R. Curry, who's never been healthy? How are you not bringing in a JUCO tackle to get in the mix? How? It's malpractice. But this is what we are. He recruited JUCOs at the start to plug a few holes. Why can't he recruit them now to plug a few holes? What, it's okay for Texas A&M to get a JUCO license?
Turn right onto Inkster Road.
And I know we don't have the same standards as the SEC. I'm also not asking for the #1 junior college offensive tackle freak show. I'm asking for a guy who can play average Division I football. Average. Because you know who can't play average? Jordan Reed. Jesus. That's all right. Pop in the Rose Bowl DVD, drop your pants, and fall asleep, right? He's not doing the job. He's not getting good players. The product on the field blows.
In 1.3 miles, arrive at Lone Pine Road.
But what about the playoff? The playoff, guess what? A coach who went to the Super Bowl 3 years ago is about to dine on the bullet. Hey, Dan Quinn, I got Arthur Blank on line 1. Nobody cares about what happened in 15. It's over. He's either been unwilling or incapable to fix it. He's had time. It's over.
In 1 mile, arrive at Lone Pine Road.
That is embarrassing. 7 points against Arizona State, 10 points against OSU, 0 on Saturday. 0. We don't have a backup quarterback. We don't have depth on the O-line. We don't have wide receivers. We don't have a plan. We drop passes. We take terrible penalties. We blow assignments. But the rules. Oh, shut up. Let's go to Jose 97.1. What's up, Jose?
Hey, Mike, it's funny, like 2015, who would think that Michigan and Michigan State would be in the same boat pretty much?
You know what? Your best friend, Jose, is Michigan State right now. Because if it weren't for our own ineptitude, we'd be ripping Michigan sideways. And Harbaugh's audio today, this dude's delusional. Shea Patterson has been the best QB on the field every week? What world is this guy in?
He's in some type of world. I don't know. I mean, after watching Middle Tennessee, I knew this thing would be at best like 7-5. But my focus has been on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, because Don Brown has been the one constant, and yet season after season, his defense let the team down. I just don't understand. And it's like Harbaugh's delusional with him as well. I mean, after that Wisconsin game, I mean, he didn't make his head.
Arrive at Low Pine Road.
And I think
Arrived.
again this Saturday, Don Brown is going to get killed with crossing routes and misdirection. And they're still going to praise this guy, and this guy's still going to keep his job when he's had, like, top talent and has done nothing with them in big games. I just don't get it.
No, listen, I'm with you on it, trust me. The Don Brown thing, I mean, look. We talked about the Iowa game, and I'll give you a freebie. Iowa's going to muck it up, and it's going to be ugly. It's always a damn street fight with Iowa, but you played like crap. Let's call it what it is. You played like crap, and Iowa is kind of crappy. I think they proved that now, where they tried that routine with Penn State, and they couldn't win. Overall, you had to have that win so the house didn't burn down, but it's still like next loss is the last loss. You can't lose to Penn State. You can't lose to Notre Dame. If you lose these games, if you lose to Penn State, your season's over. I mean, I think there's almost this idea you feel like the season's over because you know you're not beating OSU, but at least get there with a chance. If you lose to Penn State, and forget about it if you lose both. So I don't know what we're talking about here. I mean, Harbaugh's got to go to the whiteout and get it done. Do I think Penn State's good? Not really. I think they're all right. I'm not impressed by them. They're shaky on third down. Clifford misses some easy throws. They're too reliant on the big play. Now, defensively, they do a nice job up front. They'll create some havoc. But overall, I still think their coach is a bird brain. I think he's a total con artist. He's a sales pitch. James Franklin's a recruiter. He's not a coach. And I in a big spot, tight game, if I can get him to the fourth quarter, James Franklin will probably do something stupid, i.e. fourth down against the Buckeyes last year. I still don't know what that play call was. But you got to get to the fourth quarter. This Michigan team, they continue to turn the ball over, continue to make mistakes. The offense refuses to throw to their playmakers on a consistent basis. And you can't tell me they're saving it. You're not saving anything in a 10-3 ball game. You're not saving anything when Army's about to do the victory march. At this point, it's just like they're not going to do it.
It's the definition of sloppy football, undisciplined football. This game's more about, you know, regardless of what you think about Penn State or if they're good or whatever, this game's more about Michigan. Find a way to, it's just simply a game you can't lose. Harbaugh cannot lose this game. Going to have any idea that the season is still remotely on the train tracks. You can't drop this game.
If they lose to Penn State, I think the most dangerous thing of all happens. Complete apathy. There's an apathy for Michigan State football right now. I think Michigan would be joining us. And if you're Michigan, you have a lot more to lose because your brand is the only thing you really have. That's how you justify acting the way you do. I mean, imagine if apathy sets in and you're not selling sweets and you're not able to lie and say that your 100,000 streak is intact. Like, apathy's a major scare tactic in a big football fan.
Fans would start doing other things on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, I mean, apathy is worse than anger. Go ahead, Sully. Pour a drink.
All right, well, if you're a smoker, you're trying to quit, it may take you several attempts before you're able to quit for good. And quitting smoking takes practice, many small steps like not smoking cigarettes while driving or while drinking coffee. And with each quit attempt, you learn something new about what works for you, and you get closer to quitting once and for all. Check out everytrycounts.gov for more helpful tips, tools, and information to help you on your journey towards quitting once again. The website, everytrycounts.gov.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Polka Restaurant and Beer Cafe. US 23 northbound just after 8 Mile. Left lane and shoulder is still blocked by an accident. There's a backup now for North Territorial. A wreck is on the right shoulder, 696 westbound after Orchard Lake Road. There's a power outage along 8 Mile between Farmington and Orchard Lake Roads. And look for some road work blocking the 2 right lanes on Gratiot Avenue northbound before Metro Parkway.
Professor Ed here from the Polish Market, right next door to Polka Restaurant and Beer Cafe in Troy, what locals call Little Warsaw. Enjoy the European foods like Mom and Grandma made. Visit GoPolka.com.
I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Nope, nuh-uh. We're not doing that yet. There's still plenty of fall left to enjoy. In fact, here in Ontario, Canada, it's one of the best times of the year. Colorful leaves everywhere you look, great fall festivals, glamping under the stars, that's glamorous camping. Incredible foodie flavors and wine excursions that are perfect for a weekend getaway. We've got the best fall has to offer, but don't take too long, because pretty soon... Okay, enough. Plan your fall weekend in Ontario at fallinontario.com.
Sam Hayes, General Sales Manager here on behalf of Crestford. Are you sick of getting different price quotes from different car dealers? If so, shop online at Crestford.com. All you have to do is pick your vehicle and configure your own price and payment. Immediately, one of our trusted sales consultants will contact you through your preferred method of communication. Next, our experts will find you the very best payment at Crest. You want to make your next vehicle purchase an easy one. When you want the best, think of Crest. With 2 great locations in Centerline and Flat Rock. Visit us online at Crestford.com. That's Crestford.com.
I've got Steve Barry here from the Sports Plus Network. Steve, a lot of eyes here in Detroit going to be on the game tonight.
Well, Detroit going into Green Bay. Right now, Green Bay laying 4. The total's 47. Detroit coming in at 2-1-1 after that slip out in the desert. Green Bay coming in at 4-1. Guys, give us a call tonight. We'll tell you what the winning move is and why. That's the most important part. It's a no-lose situation. It's 1-888-895-6555. If you called on Thursday night, like I told everybody to do, we gave out the over 42 in the New York-New England game. Final score 35-14. Guys, make the call. 1-888-895-6555. Whether you're coming off a great week like us or not, we have the answer. 1-888-895-6555.
That's the Sports Plus Network, 888-895-6555, 888-895-6555.
Get ready for a ghoulishly good time at MGM Grand Detroit with Pick Your Potion. Starting October 2nd, all M Life Rewards members can conjure up some major winnings, including the $1,000 free play grand prize. This is no trick. All you have to do is play, swipe, and win. Play Pick Your Potion every Wednesday in October, and you could walk away with $1,000 in free play. Visit the M Life Rewards desk for details. Must be 21 or older. Grand times ahead.
A heart in my tasty Honey Nut Cheerios? Cereal, you trying to tell me you love me?
Actually, it's reminding you that it can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Wait, they can help lower cholesterol? I've been so focused on the sweet taste that I completely forgot. Now I'm in love.
Learn more about making Honey Nut Cheerios part of your heart-healthy lifestyle by picking up a box at your local grocery store.
This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Everyone you talk to has an agenda. Are they really on your team, or are they just getting by? Make sure your team is superior.
There's only one Superior, and that's Superior View at GMC in Dearborn. We earn our customers' respect every day through superior price, superior inventory, and we're a 2019 J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. Think about that. If your sales experience is important to you, maybe you should consider a dealer that's a 2019 J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence. And there's more. Right now, mention you want your Gator deal, and you can lease a brand new Buick Encore Preferred with all-wheel drive for only $159 a month with $1,495 down. How's that for a superior lease? Only $159 a month for a brand new 2019 Buick Encore Preferred.
For details, visit Superior Buick GMC Michigan Avenue, just east of Greenfield. Or shop online, we deliver at superioronline.com.
For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Sponsored by Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Week 6 of the NFL season set to come to a close tonight on Monday Night Football. Lions in Green Bay to take on the Packers. We'll kick things off just after 8:15. Baseball playoffs also continuing tonight. Game 3 of the NLCS from Washington. Nationals up 2-0 in the series. First pitch there's at 7:38. And the game time for Michigan's October 26 matchup's been revealed. They'll play Notre Dame underneath the lights in the Big House at 7:30. Ryan Woolley, more at 6 or at 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
So we take a little time out here, just a brief respite from Lions Pack Monday night, a lot of sizzle in the air, but we gotta have some grotesque overreactions from the weekend, things we got right, things we got wrong, things we just can't believe. Michael, the music. Yes, it's not an overreaction, the Chargers blow. All right, next one.
Well, hey, if you start with that,
Just
go ahead.
start with that, please.
The Chargers,
they're crap. Anthony Lynn, look, it's done. Can I give you the bigger theme to me? Because I think this radio show's been all over the Chargers being an actually bad football team due to injuries and otherwise since the last week of preseason. Mike, Los Angeles went without professional football for, correct me if I'm wrong, 21 years. And they are proving they could go without professional football for another 21. Did you see how Steeler fans invaded the Charger game and 49er fans invaded the Ram game? It was de facto road games for both teams. I simply ask you this question. Is it an overreaction or not? The NFL doesn't need one team in LA, much less two.
Finito.
Nobody wants it. Nobody cares.
No, and that was ridiculous, putting two teams in LA. Another overreaction for you, Mike. The Chiefs' defense will keep them out of the Super Bowl.
Not an overreaction. I think the defense in Kansas City has gotten actually worse than last year. And I'll tell you one thing. I don't have the stat in front of me, but watching them just attempt to stop the run is one of the saddest things out there. I mean, it's just pathetic. And look, the other thing, and I know we don't, we're not a Chiefs radio station, but like, I know Steve Spagnuolo. I'm a Giants fan. Spags, you can't trust a guy who wears his pants at his nipples. Look, Spagnuolo's an all-or-nothing coordinator, tons of coverage busts. It was that way with the Rams. It was that way with the G-men. It's that way now. I don't think they're going to overcome that defense. No.
Double box. Next overreaction, you knew this one was coming. The Cowboys will miss the playoffs.
Overreaction.
Okay.
You have to remind yourself that even though it's a bad loss yesterday, they were without their left tackle in Tyron Smith. They were without their right tackle. They were without Amari Cooper. I think yesterday was a perfect combination of problems. I think the biggest thing that needs to happen, they need to fire Jason Garrett, shake up the room, get a little blood in the streets, elevate Richard to be their head coach, and they just got to get healthy. You're not going to go on the road in this league without your tackles and without your best receiver and continue to do business the way they're designed to do it. And newsflash, the Jets were undervalued yesterday because everyone thought, oh, they're terrible. No, they didn't have their quarterback. That's kind of important.
Who wants pizza? 49ers, Mike, are now the NFC favorites.
No, overreaction because I still think the Saints are. What the Saints have done without their Hall of Fame quarterback is nothing short of astonishing. Going into Jacksonville yesterday, they were supposed to lose. That's a bad spot. And you know what they did? Their offense really didn't work. Kamara wasn't healthy. Bridgewater wasn't great. They grinded out a 13-6 game. And they got it done. That's the mark of a good football team. They are now, 4-0 without Breeze? Mike,